Have you ever wondered why so many women, especially those over 30, seem more drawn to married men than single ones? It's not always about attraction in the physical sense, it's psychological, emotional, and deeply tied to how women view security, maturity, and emotional connection. In today's video, we're diving deep into the psychology behind this, why women over 30 often find married men more appealing than single men. We'll explore what's really going on in their minds, the hidden signals that married men give off without even realizing it, and how this dynamic reflects a much deeper human truth about emotional stability and validation. So, sit back, because this isn't just about relationships. It's about human behavior, emotional growth, and the hidden desires that shape attraction after 30. 1. The psychological shift. After 30, let's start here. When a woman crosses her late 20s and moves into her 30s, something changes. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. In her 20s, attraction is often driven by excitement, novelty, and physical chemistry. She might be drawn to adventure, unpredictability, and passion. But once she hits her 30s, her perspective evolves. Experience, and especially painful ones, teaches her that stability and emotional maturity are far more valuable than temporary thrill. And that's where married men enter the picture. To a woman over 30, a married man often symbolizes maturity, commitment, and emotional control. He's been vetted, so to speak. Another woman already found him worthy of long-term partnership. In psychology, this is called preselection. It's a subconscious phenomenon where people, especially women, are more likely to be attracted to someone who's already been chosen by others. It's not about immorality or cheating, and it's about perceived value confirmation. A married man gives off the silent signal. Someone found me dependable, valuable, and emotionally strong enough to commit to. And for many women, especially over 30, that signal hits deep. 2. The confidence and calmness of married men. Single men, especially those in their 20s or early 30s, often project neediness without realizing it. They chase validation, they overtext, they overthink every move, they're too eager to impress. But married men, they don't need validation. They're not chasing. They've already won, in a sense. And that gives them something incredibly attractive: emotional detachment and confidence. They're calm, they don't rush. They listen instead of trying to convince. They speak with ease instead of pressure. And women feel that energy. To a woman who's tired of immature games and inconsistent men, that kind of calm presence feels like a breath of fresh air. Psychologically, this is tied to emotional stability. Women over 30 crave peace, not chaos. They've had enough of drama, enough of broken promises. So when they see a man who's grounded, collected, and emotionally stable, it naturally draws them in. 3. The symbol of commitment and security. Let's talk about something primal: security. It's not just about financial security, it's emotional and psychological. A married man, by definition, has demonstrated an ability to commit, to stay, to provide, to be consistent. Even if a woman never intends to pursue a married man, the idea of him represents safety. It's subconscious. It's not that she wants him specifically, she wants what he represents. The ring on his finger is like a symbol of trustworthiness and responsibility. A single man might promise loyalty, but a married man has already proven it. And after 30, when a woman has seen relationships rise and fall, actions start to matter far more than words. So, while a younger woman might be impressed by charm, an older woman is impressed by proof. 4. The emotional intelligence factor. Here's something most men overlook. Married men understand women better. Why? Because they've lived with one. They've seen emotional ups and downs. They've learned to communicate, to compromise, to comfort, and sometimes to stay silent when words don't help. They've learned what tone matters, how emotional cues work, and how to respond without ego. And women pick up on that almost instantly. They can sense when a man gets it. A single man might still be in the phase of trying to win arguments. A married man knows when to listen, when to pause, and when to simply understand. That kind of emotional maturity doesn't come from books or pickup advice. It comes from real experience. So, to women over 30 who crave emotional depth and understanding, married men often feel like they get it, even if no romantic line is crossed. 5. The scarcity mindset and social validation. Let's be honest, like by 30, the dating pool changes. Many of the good men are either married or already in serious relationships. So, from a purely social and psychological perspective, availability itself becomes a signal of quality. Think of it this way. If you walk into a store and see one item that everyone's buying, your brain instantly perceives it as valuable, even if you didn't want it before. It's the same with relationships. When women see other women committed to a man, it subconsciously tells them, he must have qualities worth having. That's social validation. It's not about stealing or envy, it's about perception. The brain links social proof with value, so a man who's already taken automatically appears more valuable than one who's not. And after 30, when women's priorities shift from short-term excitement to long-term partnership, that sense of proven worth becomes incredibly appealing. 6. The illusion of emotional safety. Another reason women over 30 are drawn to married men is the illusion of emotional safety. It sounds ironic, right? How can being interested in a married man be safe? Here's the truth. Many women know that nothing serious can happen with a married man. That makes the interaction emotionally safer. They can open up, talk, flirt lightly, or even just connect on a deep level, without the pressure of commitment or rejection. It's a kind of emotional gray zone and a connection without responsibility. To a woman who's been hurt before, that safety can feel comforting. She can experience warmth, attention, and validation without putting her heart fully on the line. Again, it's not always about physical attraction. Sometimes it's about emotional comfort in a world where trust has become fragile. 7. The mature masculine energy. This one's big. Married men, especially those settled in life, give off what psychologists call mature masculine energy. This energy is calm, grounded, protective, and purposeful. It's not loud, it's not flashy. It doesn't need validation. And women over 30 who have grown out of superficial attraction find this incredibly magnetic. They've dated the charming, playful, unpredictable men, and often ended up disappointed. Now, they crave something real. A man who knows who he is, who doesn't play games, who radiates quiet confidence. And because many married men embody that, they naturally attract admiration. It's not about the status of being married, it's about the energy of being complete. A man who's already fulfilled, emotionally grounded, and not chasing becomes mysteriously attractive. 8. The forbidden fruit effect. Of course, there's another layer on the psychological thrill of the forbidden. Humans are wired to desire what they can't have. It's the oldest psychological phenomenon in the book. When something, or someone, if on is off limits, the mind amplifies its allure. It's not necessarily love or lust. It's curiosity mixed with fantasy. A married man represents a boundary, and for some that boundary heightens fascination. Again, this doesn't mean women consciously want to break rules. It's often subconscious. The idea of something forbidden triggers the same dopamine system in the brain that's activated by excitement, mystery, and novelty. So, part of the attraction is psychological chemistry. The brain enjoys the idea more than the reality. 9. The hidden lesson for single men. Now let's flip the script. If women over 30 find married men appealing because of their confidence, maturity, and emotional depth, then single men can learn something powerful from this. You don't have to be married to develop these traits. You can embody the energy of a man who's emotionally grounded, stable, and fulfilled, without needing a woman to complete you. That's what women are truly drawn to. When you stop chasing, when you build purpose, when you live with calm confidence, you naturally project the same energy that married men give off, and ironically, that's when women start noticing you the most. Because women aren't really drawn to the married status. They're drawn to what that status represents. Reliability, emotional strength, commitment, maturity. So if you're a single man, focus on becoming that kind of man. And you'll attract women naturally, especially those who value depth and emotional connection. At the end of the day, attraction is never one-dimensional. It's not just about looks, status, or charm. It's about energy, experience, and emotional resonance. Women over 30 prefer married men not because they want to interfere in relationships, but because those men often display the traits they deeply value: emotional maturity, calm confidence, proven commitment, a sense of emotional safety. It's less about desire and more about admiration. And here's the truth: when you understand why something attracts, you gain power over your own psychology. So whether you're a man trying to understand women or a woman trying to understand herself, remember, attraction is often a mirror of what we value most deeply. When you value peace, you'll seek calmness. When you value loyalty, you'll seek dependability. When you value growth, you'll seek maturity. And that's why, deep down, so many women over 30 are drawn, not to married men themselves, but to what they represent: a sense of completion, commitment, and calm masculinity. So, next time you notice this dynamic, don't rush to judge it. Look beneath the surface, and you'll see that it's not about relationships or status. It's about the quiet human need to feel safe, seen, and understood. Because at the heart of every attraction is a longing for emotional peace.